So yeah, ultimately, I think there's a lot of question marks for Oklahoma, but some of those question marks could be not completely put to rest against South Carolina, but I think against South Carolina, they can at least be put to ease a little bit. You can start to feel a little bit more confident about this team if you beat South Carolina in a really good fashion. And I'm thinking, if you were able to beat South Carolina 24-10, 24-6, even, if you were able to really pull out a really good double-digit win, I think that would be, the way that Oklahoma bounces back. And I mean, heck, if you can really blow them out and put up 30 points on them, I think that would really start to make fans feel a lot more confident in this team and going back to how confident they felt about Oklahoma when they were 5-0. But ultimately, like I've been saying so far this week, I think you just have to look at Oklahoma and bounce back and just reflect back on when Oklahoma was 5-0. Reflect on how you felt about Oklahoma being 5-0 and how you felt like, man, this is a team that 9-3, 10-2 is totally on the table. Some people even feeling like, man, 11-1, that would feel really good. And I was never going to be that delusional. I think this is just way too hard of a schedule to go 10-2, or sorry, to go 11-1. I think 10-2. Like I said, it's still on the table if Oklahoma can start to fix some of their wrongs against Texas. And I think that was a bad game from Oklahoma. I think I forget who said it, but somebody said in a press conference that just a lot of guys had a bad game and really nobody had a good game. And for this week, I wanted to come out and say that as well. This week, we didn't even have a Voice of College Football Player of the Week. We talked about it, and it was just really hard for us to give that award away to anyone because it just didn't feel like anyone had a good game. Even on defense, where the defense didn't play bad, there was still certain things that we look at on film, and it's tough to take one player and say you had a good game in a game that was just such a botched game like that. So we ended up kind of going away from it and just deciding not to do that, not to have our player of the week this week. But anyways, that's all I've got for you guys tonight. I know it was kind of really not even that short of a show. It feels like this show just kind of flew right by. I know that I didn't get to have Chris on as long as I wanted to, but I thank Chris Marler for joining me here tonight and being able to kind of preview the South Carolina game a little bit. We're going into week 8, guys. It's getting much closer. Oklahoma is 5-1. Just recognize that. Remember that. Oklahoma is 5-1, 1-1 in the conference. Big week where Oklahoma has got to turn things around. They've got to